Greetings and welcome back to the QuantumUnity of CARALOT channel. My name is James T. Griffin. In this video, we're going to be exploring portals 22, 23, and 24 of the 30 portals of spiritual sovereignty. And of course, before we get to that, we're going to do a quick recap of the previous 3 portals. So, Portal 19, as sovereign spirits, we work consciously and proactively with environmental energy to raise the vibration and frequency of the earth realm. And remember, environmental energy is Portal 6 of the proactive wellness system. Portal 20, as sovereign spirits, we are free to educate ourselves with any and all subjects that are in alignment with truth and natural law. And remember, educare, the original pronunciation in Latin is educare, and educare means to nourish or to elevate. So instead of using education, which many feel has turned into indoctrination, CARALOT is establishing an educare system. Then we have Portal 21. As sovereign spirits, we acknowledge intuition as a natural sense, just as important as our 5 basic earth realm senses. And remember, in spiritual sovereignty, intuition is actually our first primary sense. And our 5 earth realm human senses are secondary. Are those 5 senses still important? Yes, they are. However, as sovereign spirits, we look at intuition as our first primary sense, and it's a natural sense. So let's move on to Portal 22. As sovereign spirits, we acknowledge near-death experiences as real and valid experiences. So near-death experiences has been documented for decades upon decades. Who knows how far they've gone back? In terms of experience, I'm sure thousands of years. However, in terms of documentation, maybe 100 years-ish, many books have been written on the subject. And when they temporarily cross over back to the spirit realm and come back, they often bring us back some very fascinating information from the spirit realm. Many connect with many of their loved ones or family members that have transitioned back home to the spirit realm. And these family members could be human or they could be animal as well. They do bring back often conversations and insights from their spirit guides and even popular religious figures such as Yeshua, which is known as Jesus, and even Buddha and some others as well. Now, what's really fascinating about near-death experiences is that, number one, it's a fringe concept in the old system, just like intuition. It's some fringe concept. So we're bringing these fringe concepts under one umbrella, where in spiritual sovereignty, these are our natural experiences as sovereign spirits. Now, near-death experiences, more often than not, can happen when the physical being experiences some trauma, like a head injury in a car crash, for example, or any sort of injury. So although I don't wish any injuries upon any sovereign spirits having this earth realm physical being experience, the fact that these happen and the insights that they're bringing back are truly amazing. And near-death experiences strongly points in the direction that indeed we are not human. We are sovereign spirits having a physical being earth realm experience, a multi-dimensional earth realm experience. And when they come back, they share with us this truth. They often say we have it backwards, where we're focused on materialism first and maybe spirituality second, if that. So they bring back the wisdom and the insights that spirituality, love, harmony, gratitude, cooperation, co-creation, all are our first objective and is all part of our divine life purpose. And yes, we need to live in a baseline of comfortability in order for us to maximize and optimize our divine life purpose. So materialism does play a part, but it's nothing to be attached to. So near-death experiences provide powerful and compelling evidence that we are not human, that we're actually sovereign spirits from the spirit realm having a multidimensional earth realm experience, and they temporarily went back to the spirit realm and came back to remind us of these truths. So let's move on to Portal 23. As sovereign spirits, we acknowledge out-of-body experiences as a natural ability that can be developed. So the reason why we chose the term out-of-body is instead of out-of-physical being, which remember is the spiritual sovereignty term, out-of-body experience or out-of-body, it's so commonly used, we just use this as a means to let them know what we're talking about. Now, as we talk about it, I'm going to say our physical being, but out-of-body experiences. So many of us have had out-of-body experiences, often spontaneous and unintentional. And perhaps when we sleep at night, when we dream, sometimes called astral travel or remote viewing. So it can happen spontaneously and unintentionally. However, there are training programs in this world that provide training on how to go about having conscious, deliberate, intentional out-of-body experiences. And what many do not realize is that many militaries in many countries around the world, they have remote viewing programs, and it's often not talked about out loud. However, there are training where certain individuals within the military, they're recognized for having a baseline of high intuition, and they're put into a training program where they are trained how to leave their physical being as a spirit and go and gather intelligence from other locations or other countries. So one of the popular programs in the US government was Project Stargate. And I do explore this in great detail in the book, Spiritual Sovereignty, A Path to Unity Consciousness, and the course as well. So out-of-body experiences, again, powerful and compelling evidence that indeed we're not just only human or these physical beings, we are sovereign spirits within these physical beings, which we can temporarily leave if we want to, and we come back. Now, what's interesting about out-of-body experiences, as sovereign spirits, we can leave temporarily, but there's always an element of our energy that's connected to our physical being when we leave to ensure our physical being continues to breathe and continues to operate in a deep level of sleep while we explore the earth realm. And then when we come back, we are fully integrated back into these physical beings. So again, powerful and compelling evidence that we are sovereign spirits and not just only human. Next, we have Portal 24. As sovereign spirits, we acknowledge our natural ability to receive messages and communications from the spirit realm, our true home and origin, what some refer to as the afterlife. Many have had experiences when they sleep at night during the dream world of a visitation from loved ones from the spirit realm coming to let them know they're great on the other side, they're very much alive, and they're just letting us know that they're there and they're not dead, because spirits never die. We are always and forever. So I have personally had experiences of my family loved ones and my animal family loved ones from the other side coming to visit me during my dreams, so I can let the rest of the family know they came to me and they wanted me to pass on the message that they're on the other side and they're doing great, but they are very much alive. And just because they left their physical being, them as a sentient spirit or a sovereign spirit, they're very much alive back home in the spirit realm. So there's some of us who just get these messages when we dream at night, and there's some who get these messages at the regular level of conscious awareness. Now, we can always go to a sovereign spirit who practices mediumship. Now, I know many who practice mediumship here in the earth realm, and it's just a natural ability where you sit in front of them and they begin to tune into the spirit realm, and any of your loved ones from the other side who want to send you a message, they can deliver the message through them and give it to you. So let it be through unconscious and in the dream world at night, or during waking level of conscious awareness, we can receive messages and communications from our loved ones in the spirit realm, both human faction and the animal faction. They are family no matter what. So again, that's powerful and compelling evidence that, again, we are not humans, but we're sovereign spirits. And animal consciousness, we look at them as sentient spirits. They are aware, they are expressions of the one infinite spirit and divine creator of all that is. And any of us who have had animals and formed that very powerful connection with them, we acknowledge that they are sentient spirits and they deserve to have the recognition as sentient spirits and not just animals. They're very much conscious, just like us. They are spirits who have chosen to incarnate into an animal expression as well. So again, more proof and validation that indeed we are sovereign spirits and not just our physical beings, both human and animal as well. So let's do a really quick recap of the three portals we just explored. Portal 22, as sovereign spirits, we acknowledge near-death experiences as real and valid experiences. Portal 23, as sovereign spirits, we acknowledge out-of-body experiences as a natural ability that can be developed. And Portal 24, as sovereign spirits, we acknowledge our natural ability to receive messages and communications from the spirit realm, otherwise known as the afterlife, our true home and origin. And let it be from our human family or our animal family. And it doesn't even have to be biological family. You know, we can have family down here that are not of blood, but they do feel like spirit family, almost like a soul pod. Because remember, prior to incarnating to the earth realm, we made some soul contracts of coming down here and that we meet at certain times. And that's a very deep well, which we'll explore at another time. So intuition, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, afterlife communication. All those are fringe divided concepts in the world of separation, but in the spiritual sovereignty and CARALOT world of energy, frequency, and vibration, These are natural experiences. We're bringing together these experiences under one umbrella because this is our new normal as sovereign spirits having a multidimensional earth realm experience. So thanks for tuning into this video. In the upcoming video, we're going to be exploring portals 25, 26, and 27. So thanks again for tuning in. My name is James T. Griffin. Create yourself a beautiful day, and I'll see you at the next video.